Hey, King of the Hill is back on TV now.
Even if they ruin that and they make, which I was so frustrated when I heard, oh, it's going to be like Bobby's an adult now, and it's like, oh no,
I don't think they did that. I think it just came back normal.
Really, that would excite me because I heard they were going to do like a age fast forwarded thing.
Why would you not be interested? So that interests me. I'm not totally into King of the Hill, but I'm like, oh yeah, tell me how everyone grew up.
Because part of the reason those characters become so endearing is because they are a bit static in their position in the world. Like, you have an expectation of what Hank and Peggy and Bobby and Boomhauer and Dale and what they're going to do. And you like kind of seeing them operate within that heuristic and, you know, have their fun and perform their tasks and do their quests. And I just don't care. Really what it is there's no way it's going to live up to how much I love the old show. And so even if it is fantastic, I'm going to be watching it and like kind of yearning, like, man, he could have knocked it out of the park if he just would have stuck with that winning formula.
So it comes out May 25th on Hulu. And
I thought it was already out.
Now they're going to focus on Bobby and Joseph's like new life as adults. And
oh no.
Although like Hank and Peggy and Bill and the neighborhood guys will still be a core part of the show. But yeah, that's what they've done.
You know, it would be funny.
I was so wrong about that. That sounds painful.
That sounds wrong
on this one.
I don't like that. But if they wrote in a funny like one-off joke would be if they wrote into it that like right after the original King of the Hill run ended, Bill killed himself. He's not around.
Lenore.
There's a fun one.
Lenore. Same voice actor. That guy's coming back too. He's a big actor.
Oh,
Asian Americans and especially Texan Asians love King of the Hill because when it first came out, that's when Asians were starting to move to Texas, and especially Dallas is a huge like hub for Asian culture now. Which is
no idea. I thought XCal was the only Asian Texan.
I didn't know there were a bunch of them.
The city I live in is like 20% Asian. The neighborhood I live in, I'm one of like 5 white people here. It's
all Asian.
Yeah,
where in Asia?
Mostly China, a little bit of Japan. In Carrollton, Texas, which is close to here, close to the dispensary we went to as well, is a huge Korean community. They have a couple of H Marts, a bunch of stuff. But anyway, talking to people and my in-laws and stuff, I discovered that the characters of, I believe it was Khan and Connie, the Laotian neighbors, all the Asian people I talked to seem to love those characters and find it very funny. They find it very relevant to like how they were adjusting to moving to Texas and some of the struggles with their family and stuff. Hardly perfect, but I thought it would be something like King of the Hill came on, and I looked over at my family members and like, are they going to say something about it being racist? And no, they just had a laugh about Khan like struggling to adapt sometimes. And
he's Laotian, ain't you, Mr. Khan?
Yeah. They said he's Japanese. Cotton Hill's got that advanced racism. He'll just scan you and tell you what you are.
He like looked at him for like a beat with them beady little eyes. Went, you Laotian, ain't you, Mr. Khan?
Yeah. And Dale was the one who got it wrong. He's like, look out, he's probably Japanese. He's like, nah, he ain't. He Laotian.
There was an episode where Khan and Hank went on vacation in Mexico, and it all turned into shenanigans, and they had to sneak back across the border.
That was a funny one. Yeah,
Hank felt shameful.
I wouldn't know
for walking across the border illegally. Like, Oh, Lady Liberty, forgive me.
Lady Liberty, forgive me for this.
I think what made that show work is that the Hill family were, and especially Hank and Peggy, were good people. A lot of times when you do the type of comedy where Hank is the straight man and he's very conservative and old-fashioned, you know, like things happen to him and he has to adapt. It's easy to make that guy an asshole or unlikable, or just like, we'll make him racist and do one of those episodes or something. But they didn't really do that with the Hill family. They were just normal suburban Texans that were struggling with a world that was rapidly changing.
It would be funny if they like injected like 2020s social causes into it. Like if they kept Bobby young, where Bobby's like, Dad, I'm a girl and I'm going to cut my dick off. He's like, no, Bobby, you're not. You stand to pee. That's how like he would. That's like how Hank would see it.
This house we stand when we pee.
Hank, I hear your son, girl now.
That would be scary. Bobby would get caught peeing sitting down just because it's more comfortable, and he can, and he can read or something. Like it's completely innocent, but it would spiral. into this whole transphere. And at the end, like, you'd be like, what are you talking about? Just reading my comics. It'd be something nerdy and embarrassing.
But they did that with the racist dog. Did Hank raise his dog to be racist? No, the dog hates repair people. And there was an episode, Peggy made new girlfriends, and it turned out they were all drag queens and or trans women.
Yeah.
So there was a whole like Hank's like, I think he went to the show or whatever. They were just like lost. But the joke was that Peggy was a more masculine man with like bigger features, and she needed that friend group to learn how to properly do makeup and hair and dress herself.
Yeah, they were teaching her so much, and I'm sure they all shopped at the same special shoe store, special ordered from wherever the outskirts of Texas. That's a great episode where Peggy's like Mission Impossible ordering her special shoes because she wears like a women's 15 or something
16
like
and a half.
Something crazy like that. So many great episodes. Or Bobby signs up for a club and it's rose growing, and Hank's like making fun of him until he sees that there's like a former NFL player in the club. Like, this club ain't for soft little bitches like you. Growing roses is hard. And Hank is like, I'm so glad that my son has chosen the Rosebud Club.
Dude, that is like maybe my favorite overall animated show of all time. Like, it's such a feel good show. It doesn't get its laughs cheap. Like, it's like slice of life humor. It's just so fucking good. King of the Hill rocks.
Is it anime? Is it Texas anime?
I don't know what anime is.
Yeah, does that just mean a cartoon? Then yeah.
You could say, yeah, we're stretching the rules here, but there's so many adventures. Like it is almost anime level of adventures. Like they're driving a truck backwards down the mountain or stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Yeah. Where they get bullied by truckers, but then they're respected by the end.
My favorite one growing up was the paintball episode. They go and Bobby and Joseph get completely annihilated by these punk kids, and so their parents step in to like show the kids what's for. But they get equally bullied in front of everybody. The kids just light them up, and so they go through this training montage of getting good at paintball to go defeat the kids. When I watched that, paintball was my life. It's all I like lived, breathed, and like dreamt about. So that episode was just so great for me. It was a great show. It's not my favorite animated show. I've never rewatched it. I haven't gone back in 20 years.
Oh, it aged really well.
Yeah, it's aged great. It's just a
funny. I'm annoyed. I get annoyed by Peggy. Like, I hate Peggy. I hate her. Peggy is
endearing in a lot of ways.
It's not to me. It's not to me. Peggy's a bad person. Like, not a bad person, but a severely flawed person. You know, there's that one. She thinks that she's attractive and she's a dog, and that for some reason irks me. It's like someone should have told her by now. There's that one part where I think that she thinks that like Dale wants to swap wives or something like that. And she's like, and you know who's getting the best side of this? Dale. Yeah. Like, meanwhile, Hank would be getting that. What's the hot blonde that Dale's married to?
Oh my goodness.
Luann is the family member.
Yeah, Luann
is Dale's hot ass blonde wife.
I think she's a reporter or something, and she's fucking John Redcorn.
Yeah.
Which has been hilarious.
Nancy. Yeah, it's Nancy.
I always thought like I saw a John Redcorn episode, and I thought it would be like he has a redeeming thing or like a tragic past or something. He's just a grade A piece of shit the whole way.
Oh yeah. He's a scumbag. He's just like fucking all these people that he's giving massages to in a trailer on like one acre of government land. He doesn't work for anything. Yeah.
What if the new season begins with Dale killing him with a shotgun?
That would be amazing.
Killing him.
that would be funny if he executes fucking John Redcorn.
And
I like how every time John Redcorn tried to like connect with Joseph just didn't get it. Like, oh, Mom, that weird Indian guy wants to talk to me again. And he looks exactly like John Redcorn. He's like, son, he just knows you're a winner. Like,
like he'll try to connect with him in like a really meaningful way, and he'll be just right on the cusp of it. And like because there's clearly like a commonality. He's feeling a thing that John Redcorn is like, yeah, well, you know, a young man like yourself, sometimes you feel different, and you know, everybody's smaller and weaker than you, but you got to understand that you can't be a bully. And he's just like not connecting at all. He's almost a sad. There's an episode, I think, where John Redcorn, it might be the episode I'm describing, where Redcorn really wants to connect with Joseph, but can't. And then he has to watch while Dale connects so well with him. And it's almost like, yeah, now you get cucked.
So it's like dad cooking.
Yeah, it's like because Dale actually is a good father. I like that episode or the same one you're talking about, where John Redcorn in his truck, like listening to Leonard Skinner, like waiting outside the school. He's like, "Boys, can I give you a ride home from school?" And it's, Bobby and Joseph. And immediately Bobby's like, "Oh, thank God." And gets in the car. And Joseph is like, "No, I'll just walk." And so John Redcorn has to drive just Bobby back. And Bobby's the funniest character in the whole show.
Bobby
really.
got so into eating organ meats at one point that he gave himself gout. That's a disease that is usually only for Renaissance royalty and like chieftains of old. Like I was reading that Kublai Khan had like terrible gout, and it's like, no, they didn't know what was doing it. They didn't know it was all the nitrates or whatever from the fucking organ meats he was dining on. It's crippling.
Yeah.
We're talking about updating it. Imagine Dale on QAnon. So Dale Gribble was conspiracy theory when that was like funny, when that was like Ancient Aliens History Channel. Imagine a portrayal of Dale in like the modern media ecosystem. Would Dale be hook, line, and sinker straight down to the bottom of the TikTok doom scroll? Or would Dale reject all technology and listen to those crazy AM radio propaganda channels?
Dale has his own podcast. Dale should have his own podcast. And it should be, "Welcome to Dale's Truth Hour." And he should be down in his basement with his headphones on, talking to like 3 viewers. And it's like Hank and Peggy across the street are one of the viewers.
"Hank, there's a video of Hillary Clinton killing a baby." And he's like, "Oh, really? Share it." "Well, I don't have it, but you've seen it yourself, haven't you?" "No." "But I have it on good authority." Like that would be the right move for Dale. Because he was always
I have it on
building an episode. It's Dale has a podcast with no followers, like you said, just a couple of people in the neighborhood. But Dale uncovers a real conspiracy, and like a government computer trips, and like feds are like trying to see how Dale figured it out. And the joke would be that, he didn't figure anything out. He just thinks everything is a conspiracy and got right once.
Yeah, that's the premise of that Mel Gibson movie, Conspiracy Theory. That Mel Gibson is a schizophrenic conspiracy theorist who's just has his own little privately published paper. This is before the internet, so he's printing out a fake paper that's like conspiracy headlines. Well, he gets one right, and it happens to be a big one. They're going to kill the president, and it starts this CIA operation where they're going after Mel Gibson, who's just a loon in this movie. Yeah, it's same premise.
I need to watch that.
It's good.
There's a Mel Gibson movie where he's schizophrenic. Yeah. That sounds good.
He plays wild.
I love Mel.
He was in What Women Want, I think. What Women Want with Mel Gibson was pretty hilarious. I mean, you probably think of him more as the Road Warrior. There's
Lethal
one called
Weapon.
Payback, I think.
Payback's good. Yeah. That's based on a series of books. He's Porter. The character's name is Porter. That's Lucy Liu's sort of debut. She's the dominatrix in that incredibly hot lingerie the whole movie. She's beating the shit out of maybe James Caan or somebody. I can't remember the actor. Like, that's a fun fucking movie too. Yeah, that's a really good one.